Welcome to the Way We See It podcast.
where we talk about politics, social justice, and culture.
I'm Tati,
And I'm Ariana.
and we are your host of this podcast. Welcome back, everybody. This is the Way We See It podcast. We're back with episode 54, and Happy New Year. We have a special guest this week. This is Dariel. If you saw our post a few weeks ago, right before the holidays, you saw that we did a collab with him for his podcast. So if you haven't checked that out, make sure you go check it out. And what's the podcast name again, Dariel? Tell them.
The podcast is Defective Dairy. Yes.
Yeah.
And I also have a YouTube channel, Sensei Dairy, where it's kind of like they're kind of similar, but for the most part, I'm more like spiritual on my YouTube channel. Not really spiritual, but I have like kind of like that knowledge or whatever, and I kind of always go back to my spiritual self, and kind of just keeps me grounded.
Okay, we'll put the link in the description.
Yeah, down below. So if you don't already, follow us on our socials. We're on Instagram and Twitter at The Way We See It with the C. You can also find us on Google if you're having trouble finding us on platforms because, we're official. And what else was I going to say? Oh, yeah. And if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe, and hit that bell button so you get notified every time we drop a video. And yeah, so we're getting into this week's episode. It's the first free talk of the year. And yeah, so we're just going to be talking about whatever pretty much, I guess. So let's get it.
Let's get it.
I'm so tired. I went to bed at 4 a.m. I've been taking advantage of not being in school anymore. So all I have going on in my day is really just work and then nothing else pretty much. So for the last, I guess, a month now, I want to say almost a month, I've just been going to work and watching anime or reading a book or something, or watching my BTS, but that's a different story. And yeah, but it's been ruining my sleep schedule. Like if I'm not going to bed at 4 a.m, like the other night I went to sleep from 8 o'clock at night to 8 o'clock in the morning, then proceeded to take a nap that same day from 1 to 3. And then I went to bed at 4 o'clock in the morning and just woke up at 2 o'clock today. Like,
And sleep schedules. I don't know if I can curse on your podcast.
you can.
That shit is fucked up.
It's so bad, and I'm trying to get it under control, but then I don't know. It's just those nights I try to go to sleep, I either can't sleep or I end up waking up in the middle of the night anyway. So I have to figure that out. That's my goal right now. How was your vacation, Ariana?
Most of my vacation I've been on quarantine. I haven't left my house in the past 2 weeks and a half. Except
they don't know.
Okay, guys, I got the COVID or the American, I don't know.
COVID.
Okay, so let me backtrack. So Christmas Eve, I started to feel sick.
Yeah.
I woke up with a sore throat. December 23rd, before Christmas Eve, I went to get tested because my mom wasn't feeling well. We all got tested, my dad, my brother, we all came back negative. Then around close to Christmas, around midnight on Christmas Eve, I got chills. And I had chills throughout the entire night and the worst migraine. I was about to cry. It was. Aww. And then Christmas Day, I felt like crap the entire day.
Yeah, we were supposed to have a champagne party together because I was going to go upstate and we were going to gather with our friends, and they have an annual champagne party that I got invited to this year because I'm cool. And we weren't able to do it this year because Ariana was feeling sick, and I just decided to just leave upstate early anyways and go back to Long Island. And I saw Ariana for 2 seconds to give her back her sweatpants that I borrowed a couple weeks prior, and she had her mask on. She was like, huh?
You had your gloves and your mask, double mask.
No, I mean, I kind of figured she would have answered the door with a mask on, so I went with my mask. But we were this far from each other, and I was like, "Can I hug you?" She was like, "I don't think that's the best to do right now." I was like, "Okay, well, Merry Christmas, bye." And then little did I know, she ended up getting COVID, which thank God, I didn't hug you, I mean, but okay. That's not a
Damn.
bad. That's not a bad. But she knows what I mean.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. So then, like after Christmas Day, like I was feeling fine, no more chills or migraines, but was like congested and had back pain, which I heard that that's what the Maracan gives. Like, is this lower back pain? It's
Wait, how are you saying it? How are you saying it, Ariana?
Maracan.
I don't know.
Maricon? Nah, it's not how you say it.
Pronounces it differently.
It's Omicron.
Oh.
Omicron. Amaricon.
Okay. Well, Ariana's gonna pause so then you could say it, and then vice versa. Go ahead.
Me? Or you want me to say it again?
I have trouble pronouncing words sometimes.
It's Omicron. Omicron.
Yeah, so I think I had the Omicron because I had lower back pain, and supposedly that's not a symptom for the COVID-19. I don't know.
Hmm.
And
I
then
heard that. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
so then I can continue to get that back pain and congested and a little bit of coughing. Tested positive on December 30th, New Year's Eve, I guess you would say. And right now, today, I feel fine, but I got retested again, and I got positive on a PCR test. And I'm worried because I have a vacation in 2 weeks.
DR, come on.
I don't know if I'm gonna go, but my friend that's going on the trip, he told me to call my doctor to see if he can give me a clearance. And I did that this morning. So I sent him a test. Yeah. So, but yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna go on my vacation, but we'll see.
No, I'm not even going on the vacation, Dariel, but excuse me. Right before Christmas, we literally saw a video of like the resort that they're supposed to go to, and it was lit. Like there's people dancing on rooftops and everything.
Dile que bailando te conocí.
Dile que bailando te conocí.
Man, that sucks. But I heard like the new variant is kind of like a flu. Like in the UK they made it seem like it was such a big deal. You got to get like a third booster or whatever. But for the most part, like all the articles say that it's basically just a flu.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad except that one night on Christmas Eve that I had. But we'll see what happens. I'm gonna get tested again, and let's see if my doctor gives me clearance.
Best of luck. Hopefully you're able to party over there and just go about life again.
Yeah. Don't stress it too much, because like I said before the podcast, you don't want to manifest anything that you don't want.
Facts. The manifestation is real. Me and my cousins at one point. Yeah, because I remember this time last year, me and my cousins started seeing a lot of posts about manifesting, and we would be driving in the car, and we're like, you know what? Let's just manifest it right now. And we're like, we're gonna get money. We're gonna get money. We're gonna get money. Like just as an example. And let's just say one of us like found $20 on the floor the next day or a credit card.
Hey,
sometimes it wasn't in the best way possible, but hey, you got the money for the day. But it was really crazy though. Like some things were actually like happening and like going to progress, I want to say. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. It's like that thing. Well, it's that lyric that Drake said, or that he sang or whatever on that track with what's his name, Gucci Mane. The power of the mind is not a joke.
Wow. Quote that for the podcast episode.
Exactly.
No, for real though. Like, I don't remember if I mentioned my customer from work on here before. Susan, Ariana. Dariel, you don't know Susan. So basically, we're just gonna call her Susan. We don't know her whole government. So I have this customer at work, right? Her name is Susan. I helped her in the past, and when I was talking to her on the phone, we built a relationship through the phone because she would call and we'd be on the phone at work, mind you. I'm taking a line of customers. For like 40 minutes, she showed me the Adele song on the phone. Tatiana, did you hear it? I'm like, no, not yet, Susan. And she's like, okay, well, listen to it with me, Tatiana. And so basically, like, we became friends from there. But I told her, I was like, listen, Susan, I love our conversations. I'm just going to give you my personal cell phone number because I'm gonna get in trouble if we keep on having these phone calls at work, you know, like they're gonna be like, who's calling? And at this point, all my coworkers, including my boss, like, no, if she calls, it's for me specifically. So anyways, now me and her are close, but she's a nutritionist, and oh my god, she's on my ass right now about my diet. She's like, we need to get it together, Tatiana, or else I'm sorry to tell you, but you're not gonna be living very long.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And
Very blunt.
no, literally, but basically what she was telling me one time we started talking about like COVID, and she was telling me basically like how a lot of the things, whether it's with COVID or just actual sickness, a lot of it does, like, your mind does play a role into it, because like if you think you're dying, you're gonna be feeling like you're dying. And I'm like, I totally feel that too, because even when I get my period every month, if I am not thinking about my cramps or like the pain that comes with my period on the first day, then I'm chilling. But if I think about it and I'm dreading it, then that first day is crap. Like,
Yeah.
like doesn't matter if you take the pills or nothing to help it, it's horrible. So I totally get that. And I actually read an article one time in school that actually played a role with that, about how your mind plays a role.
The mind,
How are you thinking?
the mind be different.
No, for real though.
So I
Oh,
just,
that's another thing. What? No, say it.
oh, I said, how'd you spend your holiday, Dariel?
Oh, I spent it with my family. Christmas, we were all able to be together, but on New Year's, my uncle, my aunt's husband, my uncle, he got COVID. So him and my aunt, they both quarantined on New Year's, so they weren't able to be with us. But for the most part, I had a lot of fun. I love spending time with my family now. I think that just comes with like with growing up and aging. You know, you just
Adulting.
adulting. Yeah, you just naturally grow closer with your family. But growing up as a teenager, you know, you kind of separate. You know,
Yeah, I
but
get
that's
that.
natural. So
What's it called? I've been having this little series on my close friends on Instagram, where I'm like, oh, maturing is this, adulting is this, like going for the macadamia cookie rather than the chocolate chip cookie, drinking your coffee black with no sugar. That's adulting.
but you put vanilla in this and cinnamon.
Today, but the day before I had it just straight black. Okay, but
Okay.
yeah, I get that completely though, because I'm the same way with my family. Sometimes, I mean, I have my days where I want to be with them and embrace them, because you know, time is short, life is short. But then other days, I kind of just want to stay in my room.
Yeah, of course.
But I think that's normal for a lot of people.
No, yeah, definitely. With me, with my family is like they're super loud and get crazy, and a lot of them are women. I grew up with women, and you know, there's a this is obviously you know, well known, I think, that women act on emotion and men act logically, more logically. So with my aunts and my mom, it's like they all got into arguments, or they would get into arguments with me, and like, you know, we kind of just keep going back and forth, but it's like on their end they're coming from like an emotional standpoint and they want to win the argument. Well, as with me, it's just like I'm trying to prove you wrong because this is actually the situation how I see it. You know, so that kind of caused like a lot of the conflict. Wow.
I get that, because sometimes I have to remind myself to not go based off emotion. So oftentimes I just try to take a step back and gather my thoughts after I calm down, because I know how I get also. And then usually after that, it all depends, but I try to come from logic majority of the time rather than going based off my emotion. What was another thing I was gonna say? I deleted my socials for the new year. I did this last year, and now I'm doing it again. But this time, I deleted everything. Like, I didn't delete my accounts, but I deleted the apps off my phone. So I got rid of Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, and I think that was it actually. And now I have nothing on my phone, and it's like I'm just going on my phone just to go on my phone for no apparent reason. If I'm on it, it's because someone's texting me, or I'm watching something, or I'm reading something on my phone. But I feel so disconnected from the world. I feel how I felt basically last year, but I think last year when I did it, I was like, I just felt like people were reaching out to me when I knew like nobody was. Because I remember the first day I did it, I downloaded my Snapchat real quick just to see if anybody hit me up. Because like I don't know if everybody saw my post about me like deleting it for a month or so. But now it's like I really don't care. And like I just want to use this opportunity to do more things that I guess I wanted to do because I said something on my close friends one day. I didn't make this public because I feel like not everybody would appreciate my rants on Instagram, but I basically was talking about how I just want to feel like my life isn't a job. And I saw like this post prior to me saying that was basically like if you feel like your life has no meaning, like try to like break the cycle and do things that you actually like or you wanted to try. Like it seems like you can't fit those things in it because you're just used to the same things every single day, but if you make the time, it'll go. Like if you need to take something out, do it. So that's why I also wanted to just get rid of that, so in the morning I could read my book, write in my diary, go for a walk if I wanted to. What I've been wanting to do this week before it started to freaking snow was go to this park that's a few minutes away from here and read my book over there on the bench and just take in life while reading in the cold.
That's
But
good. That's good. I feel like a lot of people are very glued to their phones with social media, and I was like that too.
Yeah.
So I had to delete my socials. I haven't done it now, but I've done it in the past, and
yeah.
I've taken like a detox from it. You know,
Mm-hmm.
Because you get you into instinctively you go to grab your phone just to check like, oh, did anybody hit me up, what notifications did I get? But it's like it's just distracting you from like what it is that you want to achieve. And
Yeah.
I like the fact that you said that you're trying to go out, you're writing in your journal, you're just building these habits, these little habits, and those go a long way.
Yeah. He has such a way with the words, am I right?
Yeah.
You sound when you speak, you're like a speaker. Like you is your tone and the words that you use that that make you like, I have a dream and this is the dream and you're gonna agree with me. And
Have a
that's it.
host like voice.
Huh?
He has like a radio voice.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, you have that like it's yeah, it's good.
103.5. I don't know. I don't remember their introduction. But huh?
Maybe he can be a voice actor.
I would love to. That sounds like so much fun.
Dub.
There was I'm currently unemployed, right? Unfortunately.
I was gonna ask about that. How are
Yeah.
you? I didn't know if you wanted me to mention that or not.
No, it's good. It's good. I'm good. I'm staying completely optimistic about the whole situation. I know, like,
Chocolate.
huh?
No more chocolate.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah. But I mean, I still go there and they'll give me free chocolate, so
Period.
it's all good. But I knew like it was no hard feelings. It was just corporate that they couldn't keep me anymore. But everybody that I worked with, like, they were sad to see me go. And the day that I left, my last day was actually Christmas Eve, and I cried with two of my coworkers because they said they were gonna miss me. Both of them got me gifts and stuff. One of them said that like she hopes like her son aspires to, or not aspires to, but grows up to be somewhat like me, and that just made me super emotional, and I had to go in the back and tear up a little bit. But
the ugly cry.
nah, I tried to keep my composure. I kept grabbing tissues and stuff. I told myself I'm like, I'm not gonna cry, like, but I couldn't hold back the tears. But speaking of that, I'm unemployed, right? And I try to look for work, and one of the ways that I can work online if I want to is to kind of I think type audio. So let's say like for YouTube or whatever, I'd be typing audio, and then for another one I would be helping people from other countries learn English. So I'd have to speak like a whole conversation with them.
I tried doing.
You did?
I tried to get into it, but then I got the interview and then they didn't pick me.
Was it for speaking English or the typing one?
Speaking English.
I feel like that would be difficult though. Like I feel like I'd lose patience really quickly.
I'm like, no, mira. Like, I don't know.
No, and that's the thing. If I was to teach someone in Spanish to learn English, that's even more difficult because my Spanish is super botched. So
Same
so
here.
it's like I'd be speaking Spanish with them, and it's like I'm trying to explain to them how to say this word. Like I don't want to speak Spanish on the podcast because it's just I'm gonna embarrass
Do
myself.
it, do it, do it, do
No,
it.
no, 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 no,
Do it.
no.
Free zone or judgment.
Judgment free.
But if I was to speak Spanish with them, it's like I'd mess up on words, and they'd look at me like, what is this dumbass saying? Like that's not how you say that, you know?
I get that.
Yeah, I just wouldn't want to embarrass myself like that.
Yeah, my friend always cuts my ass when it comes to, let's just say, Bad Bunny's playing. He's like, you don't even know what he's saying. I'm like, if I read the words, I'll know what he's saying. But then he's like, okay, so here's the words then. And he starts pressing me, but I'm like, no, now I'm under pressure. Like now I'm gonna freak out and I'm not gonna be able to say whatever. And that's exactly what happened the other night. And it was so funny because I just couldn't I couldn't fight my argument there. So it made it look like I really didn't know my Spanish. But I do understand more Spanish than I can speak it. Sometimes like I'll come across words that I don't recognize. So I'm like, huh? But I do find it really challenging at work when there's a Spanish speaker. And sometimes they understand English, so they could talk to me in Spanish and I go respond back in English, rather than if they just only speak and understand Spanish. So then I try to speak to them in broken English. And then it's like, here, coupon. Yeah. You want to use that? Okay. But I feel like such a bitch when I do that because it's like, you're not dumb, I'm dumb. Like, it's just because like I'm not able to respond back, and I hate it because like it's either I'm dealing with them or my coworkers that know completely nothing but English. You know what I mean? So that's something I definitely need to work on, because I was cleaning my room a few weeks ago, and I found my Spanish notebook that I use for my classes. And that's when I was actually learning some Spanish. Like I learned how to read time in Spanish, and now I don't remember it. So I need to review that before I start considering learning any other languages, you know?
I think reading Spanish though is easier than speaking it.
It is, right?
Mhm.
Like I don't know, like, and sometimes is it conjunction words that are basically, they're like similar. It's like imposible is what? Impossible. Like
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
so they're pretty much self-explanatory right there. So yeah, I kind of just want to review my Spanish again before I learn any other language, because I'm here like now that I'm not saying I'm fluent in these other languages. I think I spoke about it briefly before. Dariel, you probably didn't hear me say this. But like growing up in Queens, I was surrounded by Russians, some Asians. I learned Chinese in school when I was younger in elementary school, so I learned some of that. And then from Ni Hao Kai Lan, so that I remember that.
Ni Hao Kai.
So I know some words in Russian. I know some words in Chinese. I know.
You know Korean?
I know some words in Korean now.
안녕하세요.
What is that?
안녕하세요, 선생님.
What do you?
That means hello, miss. I could be like 안녕하세요, 선생님, Paulino. And be like, or Paulino 선생님.
You're right though, and I like that's what I'm saying. Like that's something I would understand, but I can't really say it. I just say 안녕.
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 감사합니다.
감사합니다. No.
What is that?
I used to go to a high school. My freshman year in high school, we had to learn a little bit of Korean. Like that was the language we had to learn.
Really?
Yeah.
That's dope. What the fuck?
Yeah, I try to learn it a little bit on Duolingo, but it's a little. I just be forgetting to get on there.
Exactly. But so yeah, Russian, Chinese, some Korean now, Japanese because of anime, Spanish, and then English, and then not really French. I don't everybody knows the basic French words like mademoiselle and bonjour and whatever else.
Only knows.
But no, it's DiGiorno.
DiGiorno, that too.
Is that Italian or is that French?
That's Italian.
I know DiGiorno is pizza, but instead of buongiorno, I say DiGiorno.
Not the pizza man.
Yeah. Wait, is it actually possible to learn a language from watching anime? Or you
I mean,
study it?
I've seen people do it, and I'm able to, like, now from, watching K-dramas and listening to BTS and whatever, like, if I look at the Korean language, what's it called? Hangul? I think
Mhm.
is the name of their why can't I speak
Alphabet, yeah.
English? Alphabet. That's what I'm saying. Like, I know all these things, and now, like, my English is broken because I can't pronounce certain things anymore, and I don't know what's happening to me, guys. I'm glitching. It's the Matrix. Yeah, like their alphabet is completely obviously different from like Japanese, but like
Yeah, but it's
before,
it's much more simple though.
yeah, but before I wasn't able to tell the difference between the Japanese
Yeah.
language and then Korean, and then now as I look at the words, like I see the difference. But that's why I say before I focus on those things, I need to at least get my Spanish up there. So
Yeah.
especially being Puerto Rican, Dominican, it's a must before I get my ass cut.
You can always
No.
practice your Spanish with me.
Yeah, that's
Ariana,
it.
you don't speak fluent Spanish?
No, she does.
So
Oh, you do.
I
Okay.
even teach in Spanish. I don't know if you. I think I told you this. I'm starting to be a mental health counselor.
Oh, what?
A mental health counselor.
Oh no, I didn't know that.
And right now I'm basically counseling in Spanish. So
Do you know what gender suffers from mental health the most?
I wouldn't.
No, but are you gonna tell us?
It's males. It's men.
It's male.
I don't. Okay. Wait, is that like an actual thing? Like you found that, or
Yeah.
that's your opinion?
Yeah, that's actual. No, that's actual fact. That's actual fact. Because men have to they have to go through. They have to kind of like achieve. They feel like they need to achieve more in their life. Because when you look at a woman's life, a woman, she can just lay back and wait for like the perfect man to come, but a man actually has to go and achieve his goals. He actually has to go and pursue that woman. He can't just wait for the perfect woman to come to him. He has to go and pursue. So always having that in the back of his mind, and constantly like societal pressures as well to be like this optimal man or whatever, which that could be a whole nother podcast, because I feel some type of way about that as well. Society and how they
funny.
masculinity.
Tati, you know exactly what I'm about to say.
What's it called? Ariana was like, "So what should we talk about for the free talk? I feel like we could just talk about whatever, but like I feel like we could also talk about gender roles because it's a male that we're having on the podcast that could talk on the side
Yeah,
of
we could do that. We could turn it into that if you want to, but
not
I'm
right
just-
now. We could do that for another episode. Though.
No, yeah. For another episode, we could do that. But I'm just saying that like men just have to go through more things in life, and that causes more mental health issues in men than it does in women.
Wow, this is a real. I really want to talk about this, but I can't right now because.
No, it's real. Like I understand that the patriarchy that society we live in also hurts mental. But the crazy part is that a lot of the clients in the clinic I'm in, my internship is mostly women. So, that's another thing that men.
I have something to say to that too, but we're not gonna get into that. It's gonna be the next.
Yeah, right. But it's so crazy. Like, I kind of. That's where I hate being divided when it comes to certain subjects because like, pick a freaking side. But
yeah. the best podcast or the best whatever, things have to clash. That's what gets the views. That's what gets the publicity.
Oh yeah, trust me, we know.
Does Dariel know about what happened?
I told him.
I think you guys told me briefly that you guys got got a little hate.
Let me explain.
Yes, please.
In our last episode, if you guys watched episode 53, we talked about the cow Rittenhouse trial.
Oh, we didn't talk about this on the podcast. That's why.
And we basically said our opinions about the verdict of the trial. We know that Kyle was found not guilty, and we were looking at both sides, but we also said our opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And our video right now has like 120 views and OD comments. Now, some of the comments are like critique, but there's some comments that are like people are just being mean.
You picked up the algorithm. That's good though. You got publicity out there.
No word. It was because of his name. I don't know, but not saying obviously that's not a lot of views in general, but it's a lot of views for us because if you watch on our YouTube channel, you see we get maybe 4 to 3 views, if that, per video. Usually everybody else actually listens to us on the podcast platforms. But still, to have like those views, and then like majority of them were like literally coming for our necks, and they were coming for me too, because I said the thing about the Twitter, and like it didn't affect me. It still doesn't really affect me because like I know what I meant by it, but it did show me some things that I should carry on into like following episodes, because obviously not everybody that finds our podcast is going to be here from the beginning or listen from episode 1 all the way to 54. Like no, sometimes they may just click whatever episode, so I have to be more clear, I guess. But the fact that they thought that I took actual information from Twitter, and I'm like, no, that's not what I meant. I get the news, like I'll get the notification telling me what happens. I'm like, okay, I'll like read the brief summary about what happened on there. But then if I have more questions and whatever, I'll actually like look it
Do
up.
the
Like,
research, yeah.
yeah. So that's what I meant by it. So they're thinking that I'm getting my data from Twitter and like people's comments and whatever's on there. But I'm like, no, that's not what I meant. But one thing I do agree with that I think we should have done for that episode is we should have watched the trial. Like,
Yeah.
but because right now at that point we were just talking about like the articles about it.
Okay.
Wait, what?
This, you okay?
Oh yeah, I was just doing that to comfort myself. Why? Is there something wrong?
That's,
no, but yeah, like some of the comments are like saying like you guys need to go back to school.
Yeah.
Some people were being rude, but
they're from New York, where they don't believe in self-defense over there. That's why they had a mayor that sexually assaults women. I was like, damn. I was like, they didn't come to play.
I don't know how these people
but I
I'm
actually
sweating right now thinking about it.
I had seen some clips from the trial, and the prosecutor, he was completely like, I don't know, he made Kyle Rittenhouse seem like a normal person, which is what he is, right? But you know how like when it comes to, you know, topics like this, or, you know, crazy things happen and they get publicity like this, like they'll make the person seem, you know, more than what they are, right? Like a bigger problem or whatever. But he made him seem like he's just a kid, like, you know, and he was in the wrong. He was in the wrong, obviously, but I'm just trying to say that like the prosecutor didn't execute the trial right. Like he was completely, I don't know, bonkers. He pointed like an AR-15 at the jury with his finger on the trigger, like I don't know. And then he talked about, I had seen some clip. It was super funny.
I started watching the trial, so
I know you did. Yeah. How long is it? I didn't watch it. I just seen like clips of it.
I haven't finished it because it's long. I'm only on day 2. Oh, wow. But I've definitely like learned a lot and probably changed my mind about certain things I said on the last episode, but
which is normal.
Yeah.
That's something that we've said since the first episode, sorry, Daddy, is that like the thing that we like about our podcast is that when sometimes we come in with our original thought and our opinion, and then sometimes as we're doing research, we're like, we find new things that we didn't know before. And so sometimes our opinion is altered. And I feel like when the whole Black Lives Matter thing started, like in May of 2020, like people like were really against the idea. Like this is where I felt like people were being a lot of like really stubborn and ignorant in a way, because there's nothing wrong with learning new things and having your opinion like change, because now you're being more educated on a matter that you probably didn't know as much about before, or, you know, like that's the whole point of a debate. Sometimes you end up winning winning over the other side rather than, you know, them being against it anymore, I guess you could say. So that's why, you know,
you live and you learn.
What are you gonna say, Dariel?
No, I was just gonna say that one of the clips also, the prosecutor talked about, oh, why did you, when this fire or whatever started, why did you run away? And he was like, because it was a fire. And just made the prosecutor's arguments just seem so stupid. So yeah, I think that was also part of it. I think the prosecutor just botched the entire the entire thing.
Yeah. I haven't really looked at anything since I deleted my stuff, or even prior to that, because I was just caught up in my own world. But I do remember seeing a lot of like small clips of like Kyle just like out and about being like a guest on talk shows and like special events, and I'm so confused because I'm like, I don't know, I just feel like it was just really weird to see that because I don't know, like never am I seeing a man who still killed somebody at the end of the day being praised for it and being brought to these talk shows, and he's smiling, he's like, yeah, I'm not in jail, but whoop whoop.
What were they talking about on the talk shows though? Do you know?
No, I didn't watch it. I just saw like the brief clips, like the thumbnails of it. I
That's it.
remember when me and Ariana were looking for the video of him in the court. We saw like what was it, a hot wing show or something like that? I don't remember.
The podcast on, he was like,
Oh, I know that.
Yeah, he was on a podcast or something like that. And then I had seen some brief posts on our podcast account saying how there were a lot of people in the government praising him, and like how he's a symbol for the American life or something like that, and how they were saying that's not okay to like.
Yeah, I don't think they should categorize it as whatever it is they're trying to categorize it as, but
I feel like they're just.
I think sure, he exercised his right as an American to bear arms and protect himself, but he did end up killing people. So it's like you can't just completely,
dismiss that.
Exactly.
Let me see what else.
Oh, did you guys hear about that? This one guy that died hopping the turnstiles.
yes.
No.
Oh my God, Tatiana, you didn't hear about that? You didn't see that?
No.
Oh no, you deleted your socials. Yeah. But oh my God, it was this guy. He was completely drunk, and he tried to hop the turnstiles in Queens. I think it was Forest Hill, and they have the whole video.
That's my hood.
Yeah, he tried to hop the turnstile, and the last time he tried, he went forward, and I guess the momentum of him going forward with his backpack on, he completely folded. Did like the scorpion. I don't know if you've ever seen Ridiculousness, but he did the scorpion, and he completely snapped his neck.
Ooh.
And that shit was crazy.
I didn't know how he died. I just knew that it happened.
Yeah, I
just imagining
seen
it.
the article. I read the article first, and then the next day the video on Instagram came out. And
I didn't watch that.
If you find it, text it to me because I want to see that.
I got you. I got it saved. Like that shit was. It was sad to see, but it was just so funny because maybe that's fucked up, but it was funny to me because I read the comments and everyone was like, "Oh, at least he had his mask on," or or like they're still gonna say he died from COVID or something, like just trolling and stuff. It just, I don't know, but he was a grown ass man.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. That shit was just crazy to me, but it was funny too, and I felt bad for laughing but it's like how like I don't know, how fucked up do you have to be to die like that?
Yeah,
like what are you drinking, bro? Like you must have taken like 10 shots of Fireball or something to be moving like that.
Wow.
Oh, I realized I was on mute, but I said Jesus. That's what I said.
Jesus.
But no, that is crazy. I remember, oh man, I'll never forget this. Young and wild, what can I say? I was like 13, 14. I was with a bunch of my friends, roaming around Forest Hills as we did. And there's Queens Boulevard. And Queens Boulevard is like I don't know, my mom always called it like the Boulevard of Death or something that they called it, because many people always die like on the boulevard. Like people always get hit by a car, some accident, whatever. And so me and my dumbass friends, the thing with the boulevard is that there's no like crosswalk to get across it. Like it's just straight cars. So there's just the sidewalks on this side just going that way until you get to the bridge to go across, or you just run straight across to go on to the other side that's still like 6 lanes away, So I remember being 13, 14 with my friends, and we're like, fuck it. And we just ran across the highway. We're dodging the cars. And in the midst of it, you have to like jump over like some little small fences. And I was doing that, and I dropped my iPhone that my mom had just gotten me like a month or two prior. That shit cracked on the floor. I didn't even realize I didn't have my phone on me until I got to the other side. And then I was like, wait, what time is it? Like, how fast did we do that? Something like that. And I realized I didn't have my phone, and my friend literally had to run back onto the highway to get my phone to then bring it back and everything. And it was cracked. It was fucked up. My mom took away my phone after that. She was like, you're not gonna get me a phone. She gave me a flip phone.
Oh.
Yeah. But still.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll never forget. Good times though. That was a good memory. I would do it again.
Are you guys like are you guys afraid of dying? Or if you're not afraid of dying, is there like a way of dying that you would be scared of?
Drowning.
Drowning?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
That's a real fear of mine though, because I actually almost drowned as a kid, and I was right next to my mom, and the lifeguard had to come and take me out the water. No, like I went to the deep end, and I was holding on to my mom, right, like just fucking around, thinking like I could swim or whatever. I go in the deep end, I lose my grip, and I'm tugging at my mom, like I'm pulling her, and she's talking to somebody. She thinking that I'm just playing and shit. And meanwhile, I'm like about to die. And the lifeguard, like, bro, I kid you not, it was the quickest thing that ever happened. I literally thought that I felt myself passing out, and the lifeguard comes and picks me up. And then I start breathing again, and she lays me down, and I'm like, I'm fine. I mean, obviously I don't say that I'm fine, but like I could see that I'm awake still. And yeah, bro, that was like the most traumatizing thing. So I definitely have a fear of dying from drowning.
I don't even know how to swim, but I still like go to the deep end and eat stuff. But...
Yeah, I doggy paddle. I don't know how to swim either. I know how to swim more underwater rather than on top of water, you know what I'm saying? Because I used to watch H2O a lot when I was a kid, the mermaid show. So I would always practice in the pool in my cousin's house and swim underwater like a mermaid. And I would come up for a second to get air, and then I'd go back down. That's literally the only way I know how to swim. So I had a similar experience too. My cousins, they have a community pool here, right? 12 feet deep for the diving board. That's it. And I had to be 10, 11 or something. And I jumped off that diving board. My family didn't even know I jumped. And I was just like, fuck it. Like, today's the day. Because I was so scared of that. I couldn't swim, I'd stay in the 3 feet. I can't swim. So I thought maybe I'd be able to doggy paddle from where the board was to the other side of the pool to the ladder. And I jump in, and it didn't process in my head that compared to jumping in 3 feet where you feel the ground underneath you to push yourself back up, that wasn't the case with 12 feet. So I thought maybe I can go all the way down to the bottom to then boost myself up to do that. Mind you, I'm 11. I'm probably 4'10" at that time. I'm tinier than I am right now. And then I just realized that the more I kicked to try and like feel the ground, it was bringing me further down. And then I opened my eyes, and I just saw like the water was just really dark. I couldn't see the light from the top, and I was like, oh my god, am I gonna die? And I knew I was under there for like a few seconds or something, and I was just trying to like get back up. I felt like my lungs on fire because I could not breathe for the life of me. And I just remember once my head got to the top, the lifeguard had just jumped in to try and get me because I was down there for like a few seconds, and they couldn't see me at the top. So literally once his head came back up, like I was just getting to the ladder, and that was it. But I haven't done the diving board since.
That's scary. I also had another near-death experience this past summer, actually.
Oh my gosh.
And it was at Six Flags.
Oh, Six Flags. What a place.
I was on a roller coaster. Huh?
Which one?
Say it again?
Which roller coaster?
It was, I believe, the Green Lantern. I went on the Green Lantern, and I've been on that ride before, so I wasn't scared of it. But this time, I'm with my aunt, her boyfriend, and my cousin, right? And you know how the workers or whatever, they pull on your belt to see if it's locked in good.
Mm-hmm.
So he checked mine. It was good, but I pulled the thing up like just a little bit, and the seat comes off. I mean the seat belt comes off, and I'm like, oh shit. So I try to put it back and tug at it like how he does, and it comes off again, and I'm like, oh shit. And then the woman presses the button, so we're already moving.
And
I
that
try to
you're
put it.
standing up, right?
Yeah, in that ride you're standing up. So I do it again, and I pull on it, and it comes off again, and I'm like, what the fuck? And so we're already like, this is the top. We're already like right here, right?
I'm scared, even though I know he's here in front of us, still alive. But still.
Bro, it was the scariest thing. I was literally shitting my, oh my god, like, and I felt my nuts go inside my body. Like I was so scared. And I put the seatbelt back in, and I'm just praying at this point. We're already at the top. I'm not gonna pull on it because I know we're about to drop. And so I'm holding on I'm holding on for dear life. You know how like the thing will come up, right? So I'm pressing it down the entire time, like just praying to God. I'm not opening my eyes, but like I'm like kind of tearing a little bit because I'm thinking like, yo, I'm about to fly out and just
Bendito.
yeah, like, everybody's gonna see me just die on a roller coaster. And oh my god, bro, like the entire time I'm looking at my cousins and my aunts, and
they don't know
smiles on their face, huh?
They don't know what's going on in your family.
They don't know what's going on at the time.
That's
bro.
the worst.
And I'm looking at them like scared as hell, and they're like like having mad fun and stuff. And then the ride ends, and I'm hyperventilating, like I can't catch my breath.
Oh my god.
And I was finally able to, when I was finally able to get the stuff off of me, I was finally able to catch my breath, and I told them what happened, and they were like, "Oh my god!" Like, and you know how they take a photo of you?
Yeah.
on the photo, I'm like this, like I'm just terrified. Like you could just see the fear in my face.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh so hard.
No, it's funny now, yeah. But at the time,
I could just imagine that's the thing.
Roller coaster have like flips, like loopy loops.
Yeah, like it loops, it goes like it kind of like a flip.
The scariest 60 seconds of his life.
Yeah.
Because those roller coasters like 30 to 60 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Like I kid you not, I was expecting that shit to come up, and I was gonna hit my head on like a pole and just die. Like I was set on that, and thank God it didn't happen though.
That's happened to me a few times on a roller coaster before, where like it's just so fast, and to the point where like I bang my head on like something dumb hard. I'm like, ow. Oh, I remember. I don't know if you guys know the space ride in Disney World. But
never been to Disney.
Yeah, World. Space Mountain. It's a memory from when I was 6 or 5. That was the last time I had went to Disney World. And it was this ride that's like super, super dark. And I don't know what I hit. I don't remember if it was the front of my head or the back of my head, but it was pitch black, and I banged my head so hard on something. And then my mom was having the time of her life in the seat in front of me, and I was just behind her just crying because I hurt myself. And I like roller coasters, but I also don't. Just because like I feel like I always end up getting hurt for some reason.
You know that one ride too, that it shoots you up and then it just drops you?
Yeah, I like
that. I recently did it. It wasn't this past summer, it was the summer before. What happened?
Like they call it a slingshot?
No, it's different. I've been on the slingshot though. The slingshot isn't scary at all to me, but the one that takes you up and then drops you, that one's scary because you get off your seat. So the only thing holding you in place is the thing right here. So if that shit comes up, bro, you're done. That's it.
Yeah, you're flying up and then you're bling.
Yeah, like oh my god, that's just.
I thought that was just me because I was light, but good to know it happened to you too.
No, yeah.
But I'm still trying to think if like it really depends. Like I'm not scared of death because like I'm eager to know what's like on the other side at the same time. Like I really want to know if my religious belief is real or if like another one is real. And I feel like I'd be able to find that out once I die, or if I'm just blacked out, don't see nothing. Who knows where if I transfer into another life? Like, I don't know. I have like a whole bunch of questions when it comes to that. So I really don't know in that aspect, because sometimes I have my days where I say like I'm okay dying with regrets. Because I feel like that's just a normal thing for humans to have some regret in some kind of way. But then at the same time, I would also be scared if I feel like if I died without doing something that I wanted to achieve before dying, you know? But in
Nope.
what way? I think a car accident I'd be scared too. Car accident's kind of brutal.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm not too afraid of dying in a car accident.
That's what you think until
I
the
feel like
fucking
it's
metal from
sudden.
your car is in your gut.
I mean, I feel like it'll just happen so quickly, like getting shot. I feel like if you get shot in the head, like that's it, you're done.
That's
Like it's just quick, but getting like stabbed or something, like you feel yourself losing life force, like that to me is terrifying.
that's what I'm saying. It's a scary death.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like being shot or maybe being stabbed. I don't know, because I know a few people the year I graduated. I didn't know them personally, but just people in my school at that time, they experienced a lot of their family dying in car accidents. I don't remember what it was, but this one girl, her mom, her brother, and her older sister died in their car accident. And the car literally was squished. Like, it was a big minivan, and the front was crushed in and the back too. They all died instantly. And the car was flipped over also. But she survived, and now she's paralyzed. Like, she can't speak nothing. Like, she can't walk. She's in a wheelchair, can't speak nothing.
And you
And
know this girl? You knew this girl?
I knew this girl that I knew that graduated with my class. It was her cousin and her family.
Oh wow.
So yeah. And it was like a big thing in the school. So they did like a candle lighting for her. Cause this is like upstate small town stuff. Like, so everybody did a candle
Everybody
lighting
knows
for
each other,
her.
kind of, yeah.
Yeah, everybody's related to the other person. They had them in their class. Like, everybody was connected to them somehow, some way. So it was a
That's
sad thing at
crazy.
that time. So I think that would be kind of scary too, because I remember when I had my first car accident last year, and it was literally just a small, like, I just braked too late, and it was tight traffic, standstill, and the guy in front of me kept on brake checking me, and he braked out of nowhere, wasn't even going 5 miles per hour, I promise you, and my brakes didn't go for some reason, and I like banged into the back of his thing, and his car was perfectly fine, and then I turned and I see my car, and the whole front was crushed in, which at the same time, thank God their car wasn't messed up, because that would have been a problem for me. But still, like, Eric was in the passenger seat. I just met his brothers for the first time. I met his brothers and his parents for the first time that day. And I risked their sons' lives in my car as my first impression, basically, because I was bringing them upstate. And Eric and his brothers are laughing it off like it's not a big deal. I'm here freaking out, like, bro, like, let's just say that was worse. Like, the boys, like, the dog literally banged into my center console, like, broke it because of how hard he hit it. And then the boys hit me and Eric's seats. And I was like, Eric, your legs are long as shit. Like, if it was worse, your legs would have been paralyzed before my legs got paralyzed. Like, that's
And it's
true.
not a big deal until it hits their insurance. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, but I honestly have no idea what happened with that. I actually found the incident report that the state trooper gave me, and it said, like, you need to look this up in the system within 60 days of your accident, or you'll be fined, da 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 da. And I never did that. But I'm also perfectly fine. I haven't got anything in the mail about it. I don't know. That was my first accident,
Give
the
it some
last one,
time.
so I'm just gonna leave it. It's been a year, Dariel. More than a year. So I'm just gonna pretend like that didn't happen, you know? But luckily I got my car fixed perfectly fine, my baby.
You know, my mom got a speeding ticket. I remember this because it was so dumb. Like, she was going like probably like 5 miles above the speeding limit. And this was when the pandemic first started. And she got stopped by a state trooper, and she got a ticket that she has to file for a court hearing. I think she files it finally this year. Like, she can fight it. It's like insane.
That's so dumb. The police can never catch me. I'm that fast. No,
Okay, Speedy
I keep on.
Gonzalez.
I keep knocking on wood. No, because I be zooming. Like my parents know it too. Like that they get home safe. How long does it take to get to Long Island? 2 hours. They're like, okay, she'll get there in like an hour and a half, an hour and 20 minutes. Because I have a heavy foot. And the only time I try to drive fast is if I have Ariana in the car or someone who's not used to speed. So I try to drive at the speed limit, but even then sometimes I'm going like 15 over. But when I'm doing the drive from upstate to back to Long Island, I hit that gas. I'm like going 90, 100.
How long did it take you to get your driver's license? Like, were you able to get on the first test drive?
Yeah.
I barely passed mine. I got 30 points off.
30? Damn, Ariana.
I don't even have my license.
I was really.
It was easy. Get your take your test upstate. It's easier if you can.
Or like Westchester or something like that.
Yeah, like
yeah, because it's like open roads and stuff, right?
Yeah, open roads, not that many people, even on the regular street roads, and it's easier for you to park in a spot.
Yeah, I got my permit, and it's like I can drive. It's just my mom wants me to actually get my license so that she'll feel more comfortable with me behind the wheel. But I feel comfortable behind the wheel.
Yeah,
I think that's what matters.
You learn a lot too once you actually get your license, because the first day, no, I was driving my car with just my permit for 3 months before I got my license, which was pretty bad. But in that time period, I learned a lot, because I learned that when you have more people in your car, you need more brake time. And I learned that the hard way, because I almost hit somebody, and I was like, why is it so hard for me to brake? Like, I have good brakes, they're brand new, I just got this car. And I realized it's because I have 4 people in my car right now.
Yeah, and it's the weight of the car. You're pulling
exactly.
all that weight.
So I learned that within just the first month of me driving. Obviously, you need to slow down when it's raining out, slow down on turns. And yeah, because I even now sometimes I'd be skirting, but I'm a good driver. I'm a safe driver. I will protect everybody in the car. I promise you. But you'll be fine. Take it in like Westchester, like Ariana said.
Yeah, I might actually do that. I'm in Yonkers right now, so that's not that far.
Yeah, but the parking, that's what you would have to worry about.
Yeah, that's what I gotta practice.
Because even now, I struggle parallel parking.
I haven't parked since my road test.
Really, Ariana?
Yeah. If I have to, I have to find somebody to do for me.
But there are those cars that like kind of get like the camera angle from above the car, so it's like easier for you to look and get into the parallel parking.
I have a camera.
Yeah, and I have a 1997 Toyota Camry. That shit is long and has no camera. I could get the camera installed if I wanted to, but that's also more of an expense. I already have the Bluetooth in there. It's fine. But the parallel parking is a struggle. But for the driver's test, when I did upstate, I only had to park when they brought me to parallel park. It was just behind one car. Like there was no other car behind it. So I was able to just adjust myself without worrying about hitting somebody else's car, which helps a lot. Yeah. Less stress. But anything else we need to talk about? Or do you think that's good?
I think that's it. But yeah. An hour and a half in.
An hour and a half in?
Wow.
No way. That was
an hour. An hour.
An hour? Yeah. Oh, I wanted that hour and a half.
Do the 2-hour podcast episode like you said? No way.
We'll get there in due time.
Maybe. No, Christmas is already ended. I was gonna say Christmas special.
We could do a Valentine's Day special. If we all single on Valentine's Day, we could be each other's Valentines. Boom. Episode idea.
Ariana's birthday is actually around Valentine's Day.
Perfect. Birthday Valentine's Day special.
13.
The 13th.
Oh, look at that. Right there.
Exactly. Party at the end of the 13th and then into Valentine's Day single.
Yeah, we could have that champagne party. Look at this. I have a whole I was moving my laptop. But over here we have a whole bar. So whatever we're doing.
That camera you have is really, really good.
I'll send you the model of it.
Did you get it for Christmas, that camera?
Nah, I paid for this with my own money.
As you should.
Yeah.
We're independent out here.
Exactly.
I've never been with the baddie. Before I delete my TikTok, I was deleting those videos that we had made with Jeremy on Oh, I thought I got exclusive access to some sneakers. Anyways, but all right, guys, that concludes this week's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you check out Dariel's podcast. It'll also be in the description below, and we'll also mention it in our Instagram stories also, so you can click that link as well. And yeah, we'll catch you guys next week with another episode.
New episode on the podcast is dropping tomorrow, Saturday, July 8th. So go check it out. That's episode
July 8th.
I mean, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. January 8th. My apologies.
No, in July.
Episode 9 drops tomorrow. So go check that out.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
All right, peace.